Dear children, it is a continuation of the chapter Magnetic Effect of Electric Current. Now let us solve the in-text questions. There are 3 questions. Now let us take the first question. What is that first question? Which of the following property of proton can change while it moves freely in a magnetic field? There may be more than one correct answer. Here the first option is mass, second one is speed, third one is velocity, and fourth one is momentum. The correct options are C and D. Here there is said that there may be more than one correct answer, so the answers are C and D. You know that the magnetic force acts perpendicular to the direction of motion of the proton. If it does not change its mass and speed but changes its direction of motion. As the direction changes, you know that is nothing but change in velocity. The speed will not change, mass will not change. But what changes here? Direction changes. Direction change means that is the change in the velocity. And momentum, that is the product of mass and velocity. As direction changes, velocity changes. As velocity changes, momentum also changes. So the answers are C and D. Now you write the answer. What is the answer here? C and D. Velocity and momentum changes. Option C and option D are correct answers here. And it is already said that there may be more than one correct answer. So here 2 answers are correct, C and D. What is the reason here? You know that the magnetic force acts perpendicular to the direction of the current. That is perpendicular to the direction of motion of proton. Perpendicular to the direction of the current means perpendicular to the direction of motion of proton. It does not change its mass and speed. Here the mass and speed of the proton does not change. But what changes? But it changes its direction of motion. Direction of the motion of the proton changes. And change in direction of motion is nothing but change in velocity. Change in velocity. You know that if the direction of the motion is changed means the velocity is changed. So as the direction changes, velocities also changes. So the option here C we have to take. Option C is the answer. And why option D is the answer? And you know that momentum is the product of mass and velocity. Here the velocity changes. As velocity changes, momentum also changes. You know that momentum equals m into v, mass into velocity. As velocity changes, momentum also changes. Therefore, here we can say that the property of velocity and momentum of the proton changes. C and D are the answers. So you write the answer C and D, and why we have to take 2 answers, that is clarified here. Then second question. In the activity to demonstrate the existence of force on current carrying conductor in a magnetic field, how do we think the displacement of rod AB will be affected when the current in rod is increased? When the current in rod AB is increased, first case. Second, stronger horseshoe magnet is used. Third case, length of the rod AB is increased. Here we have to discuss the how will the displacement of rod will be affected. How will be the displacement of rod affected? That you have to discuss here. Children, go through the activity here. Recall the activity done. When the current in the rod AB is increased, what happens to the displacement? Force exerted on the conductor also increases. So the displacement of the rod also increases. As the current flowing through the rod increases, the displacement of the rod AB also increases. That is the answer for the first one. Second, when a stronger horseshoe magnet is used, then the magnitude of the magnetic field increases. This increases the force exerted on the rod, and the displacement of the rod also increases. Here, when the strength of the magnet increases, then the displacement of the rod AB also increases. Then the third one, the displacement of the rod also increases as the length of the rod increases, because you know that F is force acting on the rod is directly proportional to the length of the conductor, length of the current carrying conductor. So as the length increases, displacement also increases. Now you write the answer. Now you write the answer for the question. What is that first one? Current in the rod AB is increased. What you have to write? When the current in the rod AB is increased, force exerted on the conductor increases. So the displacement of the rod increases. Second, a stronger horseshoe magnet is used. When a stronger horseshoe magnet is used, the magnitude of the magnetic field increases. This increases the force exerted on the rod and the displacement of the rod. Third one, length of the rod AB is increased. When the length of the rod AB is increased, the displacement of the rod also increases, because force acting on the conductor is directly proportional to the length of the conductor. F is proportional to L. The next question is third one. A positively charged particle, means alpha particle, projected towards west is deflected towards north by a magnetic field. Here it is projected towards west and it deflects towards north. And what is the direction of the magnetic field? Here we know that the direction of the magnetic field and electric current and also the direction of the deflection, that is the direction of the force acting on the conductor, are perpendicular to each other. So this is only possible, here these two are perpendicular, means this is only possible when the direction of the magnetic field is towards upward, that is towards upward, because all these three must be perpendicular to each other, that is according to the Fleming's left hand rule. Fleming's left hand rule, here the direction of magnetic field must be in the upward direction, as these two are in west and north direction, it must be in the upward direction. Write the answer. The option D is the answer, and reason is according to the Fleming's left hand rule. Children, now let us discuss about the electric motor. Electric motor, and we are using many devices which works with the help of the electric motor. Refrigerator, fan, mixer, grinder, washing machine, all these works with the help of the electric motor. And what is the principle used in the electric motor? That is, the current carrying conductor in a magnetic field experiences a force. The force is nothing but a mechanical force. Then what is an electric motor? Electric motor is a rotating device which converts electric energy into mechanical energy. An electric motor brings about rotational motion in domestic appliances such as electric fans, washing machine, mixer, grinder, blenders, MP3 players, etc. In an electric motor, electrical energy is converted into mechanical energy. It is used as an essential component in electric fan, washing machine, etc. Children, now let us discuss about the construction and working of electric motor. Observe the figure. Here there is a ABCD, which is a rectangular coil. There is a rectangular coil ABCD having a large number of turns of thin insulated copper wire wound over a soft iron core. Soft iron core. So what is that? It is a rectangular coil ABCD having a large number of turns over thin insulated copper wire which is wounded over a soft iron core. And this is also called armature. And this is placed between the two poles of a magnetic field such that the arm AB and CD are perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field. The armature is placed between the poles of the field magnet and it can be rotated about an axis perpendicular to the magnetic field lines. And the ends of the coil are connected to the two halves of P and Q of split rings. Here these two. P is this part, that is one split ring, and Q is this part, that is another split ring. The ends of the coils, see here, this is the end of this side and this side. These are connected. These are attached to what? These are attached to the two halves of P and Q of a split ring. Here P and Q are the split ring and the ends of the armature or ends of the rectangular coil are connected to the split rings P and Q. So here this P and Q are the cylindrical metal ring split into two halves. The two ends A and D. Two ends A and D of the armature coil are connected to the split rings P and Q respectively. As the coil rotates, the split ring also rotates about the same axis of rotation. The function of the split ring is a commutator, that is to reverse the direction of current in the coil after every half rotation. Here the ends of the coil are connected to what? Split rings P and Q. The inner sides of these halves are insulated and attached to an axle. The external conducting edge of P and Q touch two conducting stationary brushes. Here X and Y are two brushes. Two graphite or flexible metal rods maintain a sliding contact with split rings alternately. Here there is a brushes. Mostly they are of graphite. They are also called carbon brushes. Here X and Y are the carbon brushes, or normally they are called brushes. The inner sides of the halves are insulated and attached to an axle, and the external conducting edge of P and Q touch two conducting stationary brushes X and Y. Here, see here, P is connection with the X, and split ring Q is connected with Y. Split ring Q is connected with the brush Y. The armature or the rectangular coil is kept in between the two poles of the strong magnet. Why? We know that this motor works with the principle that current carrying conductor in a magnetic field experience a force. So, here we need the rotation of the armature. We need the rotation of the rectangular coil, that is to run the mixer, grinder, etc. Therefore, here the principle is current carrying conductor in a magnetic field experience a force, that is nothing but a mechanical force. So, this is the construction. Here ABCD is a armature or rectangular coil that is kept between the strong magnetic field, magnetic pole N and S, and the ends of the coil are connected to P and Q split rings, and split rings are attached to the axle, and also here the split rings are connected with the brushes, and brushes are connected to the battery and key. Brushes are connected to the battery and key, and current flows through the brushes, split rings, and to the rectangular coil ABCD. This is the construction of the electric motor. Now let us discuss about the working of electric motor. We know that the working principle of electric motor is current carrying conductor experience a force in a magnetic field. Now here you know that when the electric current passes, when the switch is on, when the plug is inserted, you know that current starts to flow and it passes through X to the A, B. The direction is here from A to B, and in the CD it is from C to D. The current in the arms AB and CD are in opposite direction. Initially, suppose the plane of the coil is horizontal. The split rings P touches the brush X. Here P is in connection with the X and Q is in connection with the Y. The current in the coil flows in the direction ABCD, that is from A to B and C to D. Clearly, the currents in arm AB and CD are in opposite directions. On applying Fleming's left-hand rule for the direction of force on a current-carrying conductor in a magnetic field, we find that the force acting on arm AB pushes it downward, while the force acting on the arm CD pushes it upward. Here CD comes upward and AB goes downward. That is according to Fleming's rule here. Thus the armature coil along with the axle rotates anti-clockwise. Here current flows from A to B and C to D, and according to Fleming's left-hand rule, the direction of the force on a current carrying conductor in a magnetic field is the force acting on arm AB pushes it downward. Here AB comes downward and the force acting on the arm CD pushes it upward. So CD comes upward and AB goes downward. So half rotation completes. Thus the armature coil along with the axle rotates anti-clockwise. After half a rotation, the split rings P comes in contact with the brush Y. Here what happens? The split ring here, P comes in contact with Y and Q comes in contact with X. The contact of the split ring with the brushes changes. In the first situation, P is connected with the X, Q is connected with the Y. After the half rotation, naturally Q comes in contact with X and P comes in contact with Y. Therefore, the current in the coil gets reversed. Current in the coil gets reversed along with the path DCBA. In the first case, it was in the path ABCD. Now it is in the path DCBA. First it was in this direction, ABCD. Now, as the contact of the split ring and brushes changes after the half rotation, the direction of the current is from D to C and B to A in the direction along the path DCBA. That is because of these split rings. Here the split ring acts as a commutator. It is a device to reverse the direction of flow of current through a circuit. So, a device that reverses the direction of flow of current through a circuit is called commutator. Here, split ring acts as a commutator. In electric motors, the split rings act as a commutator. When the current flows from D to C in DC and B to A in BA, now the arm AB is pushed up and the arm CD is pushed down. Therefore, the coil and the axle rotate half a turn more in the same direction. The reversing of the current is repeated at each half rotation, giving rise to a continuous rotation of the coil and to the axle. Now, what is the function of armature? The current carrying armature coil experiences a rotational force, that is torque, in the magnetic field and begins to rotate. It converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. Then what is the function of brushes? The brushes maintain a sliding contact with the split rings. It allows a continuous flow of current from the external battery to the armature coil. That is the function of the brushes. Then what is the function of the split ring? The split ring reverses the direction of current in the armature coil after every half rotation. Means it acts as a commutator. How can the speed of rotation of the armature coil of an electric motor be increased? That is, the speed of rotation of the armature coil can be increased by increasing the strength of the magnetic field and by increasing the number of turns in the coil and also increasing the current in the coil. And the commercial motors use an electromagnet in the place of permanent magnet. Here we have taken the permanent magnet, but the commercial motors are having electromagnet and large number of turns of the conducting wire in the current carrying coil, that is to increase the rotation, and also a soft iron core on which the coil is wound. The soft iron core on which the coil is wound plus the coils is called an armature. This enhances the power of the motor. So, in commercial need, we have to increase the power of the motor. To increase the power of the motor, we have to increase the strength of the magnetic field. And to increase the strength of the magnetic field, instead of using the permanent magnet, electromagnet can be used, and that is by large number of turns on the conducting wire in a current carrying coil, and also by using soft iron core on which the coil is wound. The soft iron core on which the coil is wound plus the coils, that is called the armature. That is to enhance the power of the motor. So here, to increase the strength of the magnetic field, it is better to use the electromagnet. To increase the speed of the rotation, we have to increase the strength of the magnetic field, and also we have to increase the number of turns in the coil, and we have to increase the current. Children, draw the neat label diagram of electric motor and label the parts, and also write the construction and working of electric motor. Write the construction first. Take down, write it neatly. An electric motor consists of a rectangular coil ABCD having large number of turns of thin copper wire wound over a soft iron core. This coil is called armature. This rectangular coil ABCD is placed between the two poles of a magnetic field. The arm AB and CD are perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field. The ends of the coil are connected to the two holes P and Q of split ring. The inner sides of these holes are insulated and attached to an axle. X and Y are the two conducting stationary brushes. The external conducting edges of P and Q touch X and Y respectively. A battery of few cells is connected to the brushes. This is about the construction. And you write the working. What is the working? How the electromotor works? You know that it works on the basis of the Fleming's left hand rule, and also current carrying conductor experiences a force when it is kept in the magnetic field. Write the working. When the switch is on, the current from the battery flows to the armature coil through the brushes and the split rings. Initially, suppose the plane of the coil is horizontal, the split ring P touches the brush X and split ring Q touches Y. The current in coil flows in the direction ABCD. Current in arm AB of the coil flows from A to B. In arm CD, it flows from C to D. Clearly, the current in arms AB and CD are in opposite direction. Direction of current AB is perpendicular to the direction of the current in CD. On applying Fleming's left hand rule for the direction of force on a current carrying conductor in a magnetic field, we find that the force acting on arm AB pushes it downwards, while the force acting on the arm CD pushes it upwards. Thus, armature coil along with the axle rotates anti-clockwise. After half rotation, the split ring P comes in contact with Y and Q in contact with X. Therefore, the current in the coil gets reversed and flows along DCBA. In this way, split rings reverse the flow of current through the circuit. Thus, the arm AB is now pushed up and arm CD is pushed down. Therefore, the coil and axle rotates half a turn more in the same direction. The reversing of current is repeated at each half rotation, giving rise to a continuous rotation of the coil and to the axle. Here, with the help of the commutator or with the help of the split ring, the current is reversed to get the continuous rotation of the coil and to the axle. Now let us write the answer to the in-text questions. Here there are 3 questions. First question is state Fleming's left-hand rule. Second, what is the principle of an electric motor? Third one, what is the role of the split ring in an electric motor? Then what is the statement of the Fleming's left-hand rule? We can write the statement as follows. With a figure you write it. If we stretch the forefinger, the central finger and thumb of our left hand mutually perpendicular to each other, and if the forefinger points in the direction of the magnetic field, the central finger in the direction of the current, then the thumb will point in the direction of motion or the force on the conductor. Then what is the answer for the second question? The question is, what is the principle of an electric motor? The principle is, a current carrying conductor when placed in a magnetic field experience a force. The direction of this force is given by Fleming's left-hand rule. This is the basis of an electric motor. That is the principle of the electric motor. The third question, what is the role of the split ring in the electric motor? We know that the split ring reverses the direction of current in the armature coil after every half rotation. That is, it acts as a commutator. The reversal of current reverses the direction of the forces acting on the two arms of the armature after every half rotation. This allows the armature coil to rotate continuously in the same direction. Children, write the answer for the in-text question. Write the answer for the first question, that is state Fleming's left-hand rule, and draw the rough sketch and write that stretch the forefinger, the central finger and thumb of the left hand mutually perpendicular to each other. If the forefinger points in the direction of the magnetic field, the central finger in the direction of current, then the thumb points in the direction of force on the conductor. The answer for the second question, what is the principle of an electric motor? A current carrying conductor when placed in a magnetic field experiences a force. The direction of this force is given by Fleming's left-hand rule. This is the basic principle of electric motor. Current carrying conductor when placed in a magnetic field experiences a force. Then you write the answer for the third question. What is the role of the split ring in an electric motor? What is the answer? The split ring reverses the direction of current in an armature coil after every half rotation. That is, it acts as a commutator. The reversal of current reverses the direction of the forces acting on the two arms of the armature after every half rotation. This allows the armature coil to rotate continuously in the same direction.